All right, coming up next on Double Take Sports Talk with the Watch Brothers, we will have your Quiz-mania question of the day along with DTST Sports Court. And then we will have predictions for tonight's games along with Quiz-mania answer and the final thoughts. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. Double Take Sports Talk.
From Indianapolis, Indiana, this is the Double Take Sports Talk show with the Watch Brothers. And here they are, ladies and gentlemen, your hosts, Gerald and Darren Watts.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this has been Double Take Sports Talk with the Watch Brothers. Welcome to our podcast. I'm Darren Watts on the side. Say hello to Darren Watts II, D-Dub. What's going on?
Hello, welcome to our podcast. What's going on, D Watts? What's happening? What is happening?
Not much here. Not much here. You know it. As always. All right.
As always.
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have Quiz-mania question of the day along with DTST Sports Court. And then we will have predictions for tonight's games. And then we'll have the Quiz-mania answer and our final thoughts. D-Dub, you ready to do it?
I'm born ready. Let's do it.
Quiz-mania question of the day. Daryl, when you are good, ready for yours.
All righty, ladies and gentlemen. Quiz-mania question of the day for April 23rd, 2018. Now, this is in tribute for the 2018 playoffs. There has been several teams that have collapsed. That once includes the Cleveland Cavaliers. Not once, but twice. So, with that being said, the Quiz-mania question of the day is this. What is the worst playoff collapse in NBA history?
That's interesting. That's interesting.
Yep. I am looking for a very detailed playoff collapse. It's one that I'm looking for. So this is going to be interesting. There's plenty of them out there.
So this could be anywhere. This could be first round, semifinals, conference finals.
Yep, it could be anywhere. Mm-hmm. The only thing is that this is not about series leads. It's not about that. This is actually in-game playoff collapse. Right? If it was game 1, game 2, game 3, game 4, game 5, game 6, or game 7.
That's quite a few of them. I got quite a few of them in my head, but that ain't gonna always be the answer. So
no, not for the ones I'm looking for. There's one I'm looking for because I'm always the one that's very detailed about playoff collapse.
Now,
and this is one I am looking for. One.
You're gonna have to give me a fair chance on this one. Because there is a lot out there, I'm going to at least lead at least 3 shots and not 1. I mean 2.
Okay.
I need at least 3. Give me at least
3. You need 3? I'll give you 3 shots at it. No doubt.
There's a lot out there.
Absolutely. Yes, it is. There's a lot out there. There's a lot out there. So think about it. Do your research. Collaborate on it. Do what you got to do. We'll have that answer for you later on in our podcast. All right. Double Take Sports Court. Of course, as usual, my line of saying, sponsored by nobody. So there, whenever you're getting ready, the floor is
Let's talk about the game fours from Saturday night real quickly. We're just going to run through these games real quick. With game one, Philadelphia 76ers, Miami Heat. The Sixers won 106 to 102. Ben Simmons with his fifth triple-double as a rookie. Playoff triple-double, excuse me. The Pelicans and the Trailblazers. The Pelicans swept them 131 to 123. Drew Holiday, Anthony Davis combined for 88 points. Game number three, game three. Houston Rockets, Minnesota Timberwolves. Minnesota survived 121 to 105. So they won game three. That was very interesting because we was looking for a sweep. That was their first playoff victory since 2004. And then game number four, game three, Oklahoma City Thunder and the Utah Jazz. Utah Jazz won 1-2. Running back real quick, we'll take a look at two important teams here. Started off with the Philadelphia 76ers and the Miami Heat. Real quick, Dura, what stood out to you? Philadelphia 76ers win against the Miami Heat.
That they want to win. They're not all about this shenanigans of, trying to balance it out and just trying to win. They are actually to win. And they have proven to me so far that they are legitimate contenders. It's a fact of how everybody is coming together. Joel Embiid, he's playing good. Ben Simmons, he's putting up Magic Johnson playoff numbers. Everybody in the Sixers team, they're really producing. They're really producing. And that's what's impressive to me. They just really shown that they really win. They're proving it to me so far.
So, yeah, that's what stood out to me was Ben Simmons really quickly. 17 points, 13 rebounds, and 10 assists, showing he wants to win along with his defensive efforts of 4 steals. So that stood out to me in Philadelphia 76ers, Miami Heat win. And then the other game, real quickly, New Orleans Pelicans and the Portland Trailblazers. Pelicans look very strong. They swept the Portland Trailblazers. They were most likely the contender of the team to move on into the next series. Real quickly, what stood out to me on that behalf, on the behalf of Anthony Davis, Drew Holiday, and Rajon Rondo. So Rajon Rondo really didn't do too much in that game. He did dish out 16 assists, but that's the more contributing role for Rajon Rondo. He don't have to score points or rebounds or anything like that. Anthony Davis had 47 points, 11 rebounds, and 3 blocks. Drew Holiday had 41 points, 3 rebounds, 8 assists. That's that all-around play from all 3 players to be able to help them. Rajon Rondo, 7 points, 7 rebounds, 16 assists. That helps in their win. That helps them to move on to the next round. Hopefully, when they face Golden State, if they do, that would be a big contributing factor. Joe, what stood out to you in that game or in that series?
Drew Holiday and Anthony Davis. Them two has put a combination together that no other point guard center duo would have ever have put together.
Yeah.
Monstrous points. They have really dominated, and Drew Holiday has really, really improved his game.
Absolutely.
Since he was in Philadelphia. He has really shown that he is a contributor. He's a contender. Mm-hmm. Man, they have impressed me. They have really impressed me. And I'm going to tell you, it even goes outside the lines of the team itself. Yeah. Where was Rondo? You said 16 assists?
Yeah, Rajon Rondo, 16 assists.
16 assists. See, how do you punch that kind of combination from a team like the New Orleans Pelicans? Yeah. How do you stop that? Look, during that series against the Trailblazers, they knew what to do. They knew exactly what to do. They knew how to stop C.J. McCollum and Damian Lillard. They shut them down.
Yeah, big time. Big time.
Took the ball out of their hands.
Yeah.
They took the ball out of their hands.
I was really
boom.
Flabbergasted out for that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what impressed me. There's nothing more to say about that. Yeah. Portland has to really show they want to contend more. They need more help, my personal opinion.
Well, I mean, You think about it. Portland already had the team anyway. They were the number 3 seed. It was just them two, C.J. McCollum and Damian Lillard.
Well,
That was the team.
they need an inside presence. They need a center.
Yeah, they do. They need to be.
They need one that's going to protect the paint.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because Anthony Davis scored all over them, so they need the inside dominance.
Absolutely, and I agree with that.
Yeah, that's my take on the New Orleans Pelicans. That's what impressed me with them.
Very nice. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Double Take Sports Court. Game 3s and Game 4s from Saturday night's games.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you see it on your screens. You know what it's time for. It is time for the 2K app predictions. And, of course, my favorite line, brought to you by nobody.
Yep.
So there, whenever you are good and ready, the floor is yours.
All right, before we go into any predictions for this game, for these games tonight, let's point out something really quick right off the bat.
Swell.
Daggone it. I forgot what it is on the behalf of. Okay. Here we go. This game right here, I have this game here and this game here was played Saturday night. I believe it was. Let me double check that. Nope, it was played yesterday night. It was played yesterday night. Milwaukee, Celtics, and Heat 76ers. No, Heat and 76ers was played Saturday night. So these two games here, the 2K app is not acting right about now. Something happened. We have no idea what it is. It's only supposed to be 2 games today, and those 2 games are as follows. One second. Okay. Game supposed to be today is I ain't done this in a minute, so I forgot how to do this. So here we go. So we have it's going to be this game right here. See, I'm using the draw stick. It's going to be game 1 of the Rockets and Timberwolves, and then game 4 of the. I'm sorry, game 4. Yeah, game 4 of the Thunder and the Jazz. Of course, right here. Okay. Them are the games for the day. Daryl, whenever you are good and ready, let's start this. You ready?
Start.
All right. So what we would do with game 2 and game 3 on this 2K app, we would pick the previous teams that we had already picked from Sunday night and, well, let me get that back. Not Sunday night. Saturday. Saturday, we had picked the 76ers to win that game. And then we picked the Pelicans to go ahead and sweep the Trailblazers. And that is exactly what happened. So with that being said, new predictions, new day. Starting out with game 1. That is the Houston Rockets and the Minnesota Timberwolves. Daryl, when you are good and ready, use the 2K app, who do you have for the Rockets Timberwolves game?
I'm gonna go for them again and put my faith all in the Timberwolves.
Yep.
Again.
I'm going with home court. Going with the Timberwolves. Going with home court. Gotta go with home court this time.
Absolutely.
And then the final game, game 2. The Oklahoma City Thunder and the Utah Jazz. Daryl, when you are good and ready, use the 2K app. Who do you have for the Thunder Jazz game?
Home court. I got the Jazz.
Absolutely, I agree. Going with the home court. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's submit our votes. locked in. It has been received and sent. They did not accept our game 2 Milwaukee Bucks, Boston Celtics, but they did accept the rest of them. So, hey. So there you have it, ladies
It
and
is
gentlemen.
what it is.
Yep. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Them are the predictions for April 23rd, 2018.
Okay. It's time for our Quiz-mania answer. I know that it's a task to think about here.
Yeah.
So this time, Derek has requested 3 cracks at it, so I'm going to give him 3 cracks at it. But before he get to his answer, I'm going to repeat this question. So, of course, there's been some playoff collapse so far in this NBA playoffs of 2018. Of course, one including Toronto Raptors and the Cleveland Cavaliers, not once but 2 different occasions. So, with that being said, here is the question. What is the worst playoff collapse in NBA history? So, Darren, whenever you're ready, you got 3 cracks at it. Go for it.
Okay. I wouldn't know if this was, recorded as a answer or if this is just your personal opinion. So I had to sit down and think about it. I got 3 teams in mind. 3 teams in mind. The first team I want to give a crack at is the 2006 Dallas Mavericks.
I don't have that, but what was this about?
The 2006 Dallas Mavericks was up 3-0 in the NBA finals. No, in the NBA playoffs. Let me see. Yeah, this was the 2006 Dallas Mavericks. They was up 3-0, and Miami came and won that series 4-3. They blew a 13.
No, that's and what that? That's the one I'm specifically looking for. What is that?
2006.
You said they blew what? How many? What was that they blew?
A 13-point cushion with 6 minutes and 33 seconds left in the fourth quarter in Game 3. No, let me take that back. That was the Mavericks. They were down. They went up in the series 3-0. That's when Miami came back to win 4 straight to win that series. That's one of the collapses. Matter of fact, that's the biggest collapse on here.
Okay, that's not the collapse I'm looking for.
Okay, here's another one. The third one I'm saving for last because that was, to me personally, was the biggest one. But I'm going with the second one too. The following year, Dallas Mavericks.
Okay, what was that?
That was the 2007 Dallas Mavericks. They had won 67 games that year and got beat by the number 8 seed Golden State Warriors.
That's not the one I'm looking for.
They
good one.
They upset the Mavericks in 6 games. They did not even remotely been close to beating them. They averaged 10 points in that series win. But that's the one I have. But my personal one, yeah.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a couple.
That was the number 8 seed Golden State Warriors in 2007. They beat them at least by an average of 10 points in that 6-game series in the 4 games that they won.
Gosh.
But here's my last one. This is my personal one, and even if I get this answer wrong, I don't care because to me, this is the personal biggest upset that I have seen.
I already know what it is.
In history, and that is the 1994 Seattle Supersonics. That's my biggest upset right there.
But that's not the one I'm looking at either.
Wouldn't surprise me.
So here is my personal playoff collapse. Game 1 of the Eastern Conference first round in 1986. Washington Bullets versus the Philadelphia 76ers. Bullets went into the playoffs as a 34 and I think it was 34 and 39 or 49 record. In the fourth quarter, the Sixers blew a 17-point lead with 3 minutes and 49 seconds remaining in that game. They won it 95-94. That is the biggest collapse in NBA history.
Not mine. That's Seattle Seahawks. I mean, Seattle Supersonics. That's my biggest one right there. Just that series alone was a collapse. Dallas Mavericks.
It was. But I was specifically looking for. I wasn't looking specifically for series-wise. I was really looking for game-wise.
Okay. Dallas Mavericks was still.
That's what I was looking for.
When you think about it, Dallas was on that list.
Yeah, they blew a 13-point lead, like you said.
Yeah, the 2006 one. They blew a 13-point cushion with 6 minutes and 33 seconds left on the clock in Game 3. They pulled that win to go up 3-0.
Yeah, absolutely. But that was one of the ones that I was saying. I'm like, Barkley was playing for the Sixers at that time.
I keep saying that. They did not blow a 13-point cushion. They had a 13-point cushion and kept it that way, but just blew the series.
Yeah. Sorry. Sometimes you just got to add a little something in it. But anyway, yes, that was the worst playoff collapse in NBA history. That is your Quiz-mania question of the day. All right. Final thoughts. Dear, talk to us. You got anything?
Not really, except the fact that although the Pacers lost, that's a first time for everything. With the Pacers not being able to with the Pacers being able to win at home against the Cleveland Cavaliers throughout the season and the playoffs right up until Game 4. It's the first time for everything. So
I'm gonna tell you what makes me mad.
Fans do not panic. Everything.
I agree because I'm gonna tell you what makes me mad about this whole ordeal. 3-1, 3 lead, Pacers. Look, okay, we see it. They didn't get the job done. Okay, they didn't get the job done. But what you also got to understand is that they still have chance to win this series 4-2. So regardless to how you want to see this and talking about, oh yeah, this was supposed to be the bigger step for the Indiana Pacers. They still got another step. They still can take this 4-2. They can win the next 2 games. Mm-hmm. Come on, people. Come on. I mean, look, they have battled and fought.
See, the media is always want to down the Pacers when they are down big. They were down 10 going into halftime. And considering that they even kept up with them, although they shouldn't always be playing from behind, but it's just the mere fact that they was able to still make it a game. Cleveland ain't going to be able to figure it out all the time.
Darren, to add more assault to your injury, to what you just said, they was down 16 at one point. Oh. 16.
Yeah, see, that's something that can't keep happening.
And they fought. Exactly. It cannot keep happening. Pacers came back, took the lead. They blew a 16-point lead. And it's been a back-and-forth battle ever since then. Cleveland cannot keep doing that.
No,
they can't keep doing that.
They can't keep doing that. Yeah.
It's crazy.
That's all I have.
All right. I don't have nothing, but we can wrap this up and get on out of here.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that ends another edition of Double Take Sports Talk. If you like what you see, you give this video a thumbs up. How you feel about today's show, you can just comment in the comment section as usual. Of course, we're on the social media sites of Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can hit us up on either one of those sites. You can ask us anything in particular, doesn't matter which. You do not have to be sports related. Just hit us up. And maybe if we like it, we'll share and record it on the air. And we're also on iTunes for audio purposes too. Download our episodes there. But until then, I'm Daryl. Daryl's on the opposite side.
Absolutely.
All right. Catch up with us on another episode of Double Take Sports Talk. Until then, ciao. Double Take Sports Talk here with me, Daryl Watts. Now, there's an understatement that always goes, that has always been true from day one when sports decided to come out, is that it can be very unpredictable. And, of course, that's always been the statement that's always been so true. And depending on how you look at it, it can be very unpredictable. But with Double Take Sports Talk, we just throw some entertainment in there. Even if we don't get predictions right or theories don't come out right, we always just throw a little entertainment into the mix. So why not just have a little fun with it? That's how predicting can be so fun if you make an entertainment out of it. But other than that, of course, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. But anyway, we're on social media around the globe here. We're on social media on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. You can hit us up on our fan page at the Watch Brothers. You can hit us up on Twitter at DTST2414. And of course, you can hit us up on Instagram, Double Take Sports Talk. So, YouTube, subscribe. You can share. You can do all the good stuff. Do anything that you like. We're just trying to grow a podcast here, folks. We're also on the iTunes. You can download our episodes there. We're on the video, of course, and we're on the audio portion too. So either way that you can enjoy this podcast, you can do it audio, we do it on video. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the podcast. And until then, ciao.